Hey, I'm Layton Williams and I'm an actor. Yeah, I do think it's important for people to be able to look up to someone and think, you know, if they can do it, I mean, why can't I? So absolutely, there's different people out there for everyone, of course. I do always feel that it's not necessarily about, you know, someone that's glitzy and glamour, people that have, you know, been through hard times, but can be a role model in a different way. Yeah, absolutely. Everything's, you know, media. Oh God, you know, famous people and stuff like that. And I try to kind of steer away from that and think, actually, you know, my nan is a role model for me. You know, she's always been the core to the family and stuff like that. And she's not on the television. You know what I mean? But she's still slaying in her life, and she is a big inspiration for me. You know, depressingly, it actually doesn't surprise me because, you know, I see it a lot. I do think it's awful. I mean, depending on the circumstance, let's talk about, you know, a Kylie Jenner lip, for example. That's quite popular at the moment, isn't it? You've seen that video with like the sucky lip thing, and I swear she just come out that she's 17 and she has actually had fillers. I think people need to like just hold up, wait till you're old and you've actually fully developed before you think, actually, this is something that I want to change to make myself happier, not to make other people happy, not because you think if you look better, somebody else might like you. Like, you've got to do it because you feel it's going to make you a happier person type thing. Yeah, I do think we just need to accept ourselves and be happy with the way we are. Yeah, I kind of feel that they need to. I know it's hard being at school and, you know, being picked on, but I've been there, being picked on for all different types of things actually. But I just kind of thought, no, we're gonna get older, we're gonna get over this, and, you know, things do get better, and you'll move away, you'll find new friends, and you'll find people that will accept you for who you are. You've got to stay true to yourself. Changing yourself for other people, I just think, is the worst thing. You've got to love yourself before, you know, anybody else can, and that's the hardest thing. I don't think it surprises me again because you've got. I saw an advert out there. In fact, I think on your website as well. You know that is your body beach ready and all that. And I know it was a woman, but like same for guys as well. Everyone wants that six-pack, chest, you know, the chiseled jaw, and it's like, guys, it's like 1 in a million. These people, like, there's, you know, Victoria's Secret models, yeah, you know, beautiful, but there's many types of beauty. For boys, it's not. Some people just aren't meant to be hench. Quite frankly, I mean, I'm not. Like, I'm just giving you like slender realness, and I really don't care. Yeah, I want to keep fit and stuff like that, but I'm so over it. If it's not meant to be for me, then I'm just gonna be happy and enjoy myself. Yeah, it's just as an insecurity for boys as well. They want to be that guy that everyone thinks is hot. Do you know what I mean? But they should probably ask most girls. Would probably dig them the way they are anyway. All boys, you know, depending on who they are. So yeah, just keep it real, I say. I do feel a little bit of pressure to look a certain way, especially, you know, being on stage, being on TV. The show I'm doing at the moment, I've got to be topless, so I'd feel slightly uncomfortable if I wasn't in the best possible shape as to what I am, because my character needs to be like that. So for me, it is a work thing that actually I need to be tight, I need to be on it, otherwise I'm not going to be able to do the movement that I want to do to the fullest extent, and it's kind of my job. But if it's not, and you're doing it to please other people, that's the kind of wrong excuse, I think. It should just be for yourself. Back at home in Manchester in school, that was quite tough. Like, I left for a long period to work and, you know, be on stage and do the TV stuff, and then coming back to almost like reality, just to the school that I used to go to. I tried fitting back in, but it was like, I feel like it was already over. Every day somebody would tell me, oh, you know, you're not a star, you're nothing special and stuff like that. I remember like spending my first lunch break back at like my old school on the toilet, like giving you Mean Girls, like I'm not even joking, Lindsay Lohan. I was like, there's no table for me here, I'm going to the loo. Like, it was actually really upsetting. Yeah, people would throw all sorts of insults, whether it was about my sexuality, which I wasn't even out at that stage, whether it was about my colour. I mean, it just upset me that, you know, the N-word and stuff like that, I got it all. I'm ticking a few boxes, so people could really get to me if they wanted to, but I was always, luckily, stronger than that. I never really let it beat me. In fact, made me stronger, really. I was just like, do you know what? You guys can yell them words, but I'm the one that I know what I'm doing, so good luck to you. I always told somebody, actually. I think that's the important thing. You know, you get called a grass and stuff like that, and you're weak if you kind of tell the teacher and stuff, but I always made sure I told them, even though I knew that I'd probably get more stick for it, because then it'd be addressed. I'd tell my friends, I'd keep my friends close, you know, ring my friends in London whilst I was in Manchester and be like, I'm having a really bad time, and they'd always lift your spirits. You know, hopefully everyone's got a friend out there they can speak to, and yeah, that was my escapism, just getting my London friends and my old life back at them hard times. Even just being at home with like my family and stuff, they kind of made it all okay. I would say, like, you're not alone. You do really have to speak up. You have to make sure there's somebody there, if not a teacher, if not a friend. There's, you know, there's somebody out there, a phone call away, to help in these situations. And I know if it gets to that extreme point where you literally don't have anyone, you don't feel you can talk to your mum. I mean, people like you guys, there's so much support out there that I don't think people are actually aware of. Like, I didn't know when I was a kid that I could just, you know, pick up the phone and somebody would be giving me helpful advice on how to beat it and stuff like that. Don't suffer alone. I mean, maybe at one point when I was really young and I wanted to be that older person. The friends that I got really close to when I moved to London at high school, they were all a couple of years older than me, so I was always a little bit shorter. So I was always like, wanted to be, oh, why am I not, you know, why am I not like you guys? And it was a simple thing that I'm not old enough. They're all 16, I'm 14, and obviously I'm going to be different. So that kind of made me feel a bit rubbish at one point, but then, I mean, I grew up and everything started to come into place. I'm quite lucky. I'm not kind of insecure. I've got bags full of confidence. Well, depending on what you know, the lack of confidence was for, whether it's for looks or whether it's for, you know, confidence to go out and like socialize and, you know, educate yourself in what you want to do, like get involved, do more activities, you know, doing exercise is always a good thing. All these confidence building things, you know, after school clubs, just get involved. The more you do, the more you open yourself up to, the more people you're going to meet. I mean, really cringe, but the Spice Girls gave me so much life when I was a kid, and actually, I think that my mum used to be dancing, like giving you wannabe like full outness when I was a kid, and that's when I kind of got the knack for dancing. I'm joking. The Spice Girls opened up many doors for me, and then I started going to dance class and stuff, and my mum encouraged that. So I'm not saying the Spice Girls are my #1 inspiration. However, I'm not really. I have loads of different people, so work Victoria Beckham. With boys and dance especially, there's that taboo. Like, everyone thinks, you know, if you do dancing, you're gay and stuff like that. That was more when I was like younger. I think now there's all these TV shows, you know, Britain's Got Talent, Got to Dance. Like, there's so much out there now that's kind of made dance cool again. It's switched a little bit, which I think it's about time and it's cool. I just did a show called Lord of the Flies, and we worked with loads of, like, it was just boys, all boy cast, and the majority, we had so many different types of, you know, people, but everyone came together to do one thing, and that was dance. And it didn't matter who you were, you know, what sexuality you were, what colour you were. That was really an eye-opener for me to say, actually, I think this is also helping the legacy and helping change stereotypes. there's so many different types of people, so that's cool. I think times are changing. Most of the feedback and stuff is like positive. I don't like to read into it too much. I do get the odd bit of shade, and I'm just like, but actually the best button is the mute button or the block, depending on how you feel. But if you mute them, they don't know that you've muted them, so they can be ranting on all they want, and guess what? I'm not seeing it, and it's not, you know, upsetting me. Don't read into it, just block it, let them go, don't need to see them again. That's what I do. If someone's going out their way to be mean, I mean, that's really taking the time out of your day, try and make me feel bad about my life, when actually all I'm trying to do is work and good and just enjoy myself. So I'm not about that. If ever I do get any social cyberbullying type thing, the block button or the mute button for sure. I would say, you know, especially being younger and stuff, it took me a while to fully appreciate and just admit and have the confidence to be who I was. So just give it some time. You don't necessarily have to have a label straight away. I don't necessarily think labels you don't need to say, oh, I'm this, I'm that, because my sexuality, my, colour, etc., like, it doesn't define who I am. That's just like a tiny percentage of what I am. The rest of it is just Layton, like who I am, what kind of person I am, you know, that doesn't define it. So I'd say just don't worry too much. Yeah, I think it's a really important thing. The bullies are obviously the ones that need the help because they're bullying for a reason, and we can help the people that are being bullied, but the bullies are just going to carry on, and you know, it's probably the best thing to do, because once we've stopped that, then you know, we can all just get on and be happy. There's always an issue there, you know, whether they've just been zapped into it because it's the popular group, or maybe you don't even realise sometimes that you're bullying. Like, I was at school and I was feeling a bit bullied, and it's like, oh, maybe if I go with this group then I'll be okay, but then you don't realise actually if you're with that group and you're shouting over to the table and even just laughing along, or you know, joining in like snide remarks to somebody else, like, you're involved. And I know I've done that before, and I'm obviously very sorry for it and can't rewind the past, but if I could, I would make sure that I let the person know, you know, I'm sorry about that, and I didn't realise that how much that was affecting you, because it's happened to me before. Yeah, I think it's really important, and yeah, it's a great thing. Everyone just needs to peace out, you know.